Annabelle?
Good morning and welcome. I was promised I only had a few minutes, so let's get started. In a Scandinavian-dominated Minnesota, when you look at my white, blonde, blue-eyed self, you probably don't see a minority. But within the nursing profession, I am a minority and probably will be for the rest of my career. The first time I mentioned to one of my nurse supervisors that I was interested in becoming a nurse, she paused, put her work aside, looked me sternly in the eyes and said, "You will have a hard time." "How so?" I asked. "Because you're a man in a profession run by women who can make your life hell." This was 5 years ago, and since then, her words have been proven wrong on many occasions, but there have been a couple of situations when she was right. Since then, I have come to think that being a male nurse is like wearing a pink shirt as a guy. Some people will give you a strange look, some people will make a joke, and some just don't care, but at the end of the day, it takes a certain degree of confidence, self-awareness, and charm to pull it off. However, being here as a minority, 5% of the total nurse force in the United States, is not such a big deal when compared with some of other facts about nurses in general. And when we look at these facts, we see that as nurses, we all need confidence, determination, and charm. So, while I know that in general statistics may be boring, I do want to share some numbers illustrating the journey that the graduates here before you have taken to get here, and the journey that still is ahead of us. The 27 nurses you will see pinned today have been chosen from over 200 applicants. These 27, in contrast to your regular, fresh out of high school college students, are not teenagers, but adults with responsibilities, families, full-time jobs, and grown-up bills to pay. In order to be able to stand here, we have had to take on significant financial burdens, convince our partners and kids that the neglect they would experience is in their best interest, and render our private time trivial, and all of this with no guarantee of success or payoff. Throughout the past year, a number of us have questioned that decision, sometimes quite vocally. Because you see, nursing school, not surprisingly, is a lot like nursing work. No matter how hard you work, how many assignments you thought you had already completed, your supervisor or teacher will be waiting with more around the corner. Because really, if you were able to survive the first round, it simply means that you can still go for at least another one. And you function in an understaffed environment and with overworked colleagues, which sometimes makes life a little disorganized and thus frustrating. You have to do a lot of paperwork, some of it redundant, and further contributing to deforestation. However, you discover how the information in that paperwork is really needed. Which brings me to the last part. Although today it may seem that our journey is over, we still have to pass our boards. And even this will be not the end, but simply the opening to yet another door. The job market we enter is tough. While we'll probably never have to worry about job security or availability, there are drawbacks. Most of us will continue to go the extra round and overwork ourselves. The numbers speak for themselves. The nursing shortage is projected to around 500,000 by the year 2025. And as the demand for RNs grows by 2 to 3% a year, the nursing programs are said to have turned away 40,000 qualified applicants due to faculty shortages in 2007. The average age of the current RN is 47 and is projected to rise, while the RN population under 30 has dropped from 9 to 8%. 75% of nurses today believe that nursing shortages present a major problem to the quality of the work life, patient care, and amount of time allotted to each patient. In 2005, the average turnover rate was 14%, and again, it is expected to rise. The list goes on. So, we must be crazy, you may say, and you may be right. But besides being crazy, we simply really love what we do. So for those of you who are considering this path, you see stress as a normal way of life, you've told someone, stop faking it, and you believe that all bleeding stops eventually, you may be a potential candidate for the League of Nurses.